talk. Real talk.
Welcome back to Girl Talk, Real Talk, Moorish Talk.
We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking, real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking, Moorish talk, real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking, real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking, Moorish talk, real talk. Real talk. Hell, I want us to talk about it. At least that we can shout about it. We're building our foundation upon truth. I'm thankful now to think about it. Communicate and speak about it. The gospel of salvation is good news. We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking, real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking, Moorish talk, real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking, real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking, Moorish talk, real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking,
Real Talk, Moorish Talk. In 2 weeks on Monday at 7 p.m.
We thank you all for being a part of this show and experience with us, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Peace.
Peace.
Islam. First, I give praise to Allah, the great God of the universe. I give honor to his last and holy prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to the forerunner to the prophet, Brother Marcus Garvey. I give honor to all the past leaders of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Brother C. Perkman Bey, Brother F. Nelson Bey, and Brother J. Blakely Bey, and to our past Grand Sheikh and moderator, Brother R. Love Ill. I give honor to our present Grand Sheikh and moderator, Brother R. Jones Bey, and to his assistant, Brother A. Hopkins Bey. I give honor to our media team, our viewers, all the national, local, and state officials, my sisters on the panel. Welcome back to Girl Talk, Real Talk, Moorish Talk, Season 12. Tonight's topic is, who are you when no one's looking? I'm Sister Ingrid Ill, Washington, D.C., level 71. Peace.
Islam. First, I rise giving praises to our Father God, Allah, and honors to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honors to all the sister gave honors to. I give honors where honors are due. I give honors to each and every one of you. My name is Sister T. Britt Day from Washington, D.C., Temple 71. Peace.
Islam. I like to rise my thoughts and give all praises to Allah. Honor to our holy and divine prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to everyone who helps put on Girl Talk, Real Talk, Moorish Talk. Honors to the past and present leadership. Honors to each and every one of you who are tuning in with us. Islam. My name is Sister Tiffany Hopkins Bey out of Temple number 11, Philadelphia, PA.
Islam. I give praise to our great God, our Father God Allah. I give honor to our holy prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to everything that my sisters before me have given honors to. I give honor also to you all that are listening in, our guests. I give honor to our beautiful sister Bevon Neal, who created our wonderful song that you heard as our opening and our closing. And I give honor to the sisters that I have the opportunity and pleasure to be with today in our new season 12, Girl Talk, Real Talk, Moorish Talk. My name is Sister A. Robin Obey from Temple number 21, Brooklyn, New York. And I'm going to kick it off to Sister Ingrid Ill. Tell us about today's show.
Islam. So this thought was, who are you when no one's looking? And it's self-explanatory, but I'll tell you a little bit why I came with the thought, because, you know, sometimes we can be someone else when no one's looking. And when everyone's looking, we tighten up. right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do y'all need more?
No.
Go ahead and
No.
give us the first question.
Who are you when no one's looking?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you who I am. I am truth and falsehood strangely mixed when no one is looking. I am, as far as my character, I am pretty much the same person most days, which is the upbeat, happy Tracy, um, helpful, ready to, just help out, work, whatever. But hmm, let's talk about when the challenges come. I am fearful, I'm angry,
Mhm.
I'm scared. I be looking for people to blame for things being a certain way, depending on what that challenge is. And when I really look at it, I like this question, Sister Greer. And I'm gonna be honest. Um, this past week was a bit of a challenge for me. There are several things about to take place in my life. And what I did was I allowed the thoughts of it all as they were coming in. I I remember saying to somebody, it's just a lot hitting me at one time. Yesterday morning when I was brushing my teeth and I was praying. When I finished praying, I just started talking to Allah. As if somebody, I mean, like a real person there, but he's there. And I just started talking. And what was pointed out to me was you made the comment that a lot is hitting you at one time. And that's not the case. Because I don't give anybody no more than they can bear. You are being warned about some things that are about to take place. But what you're doing is when the thoughts hit your head, you're trying to entertain all of them and you overwhelming yourself. So the question came up, what is your state right now? Because I was saying my car going bad, gotta find another job soon, my job ended, all these other things, got a new grandbaby in the house, a lot of things. So the question came, what's happening with you right now in this present moment? And it was peace. It was peace. So when I say I am truth and falsehood strangely mixed, I have my days when I'm on it where I'm working on my higher self and I'm trying the best that I could be in my higher self. But then there are moments when I get caught off guard when I'm not so focused. I could be around other people at work, just in the mix somewhere, and I just ain't focused. Or I could be here in the house, not focused, not on my square, and I find myself in my low. It's times I could be in certain environments and sometimes I might check myself and realize, why you being fake? It wasn't funny. Why you laughing? So then there are times when I may know to do the right thing and don't. Know what to do and don't. Know how to pull it and don't. That's that strangely mixed because I'm confused like, how? Why? And you knew what to do. So I am all those things when nobody is looking. Peace.
Islam. Praise a lot for the topic and praise a lot for my sister's demonstration. I think that question makes us all think about who we really are when no one is looking. And, how honest to the sister for her transparency. Um, As for myself, I would say I am the same. The Sister T
Mhm.
Hopkins, when you get out at the temple meetings or at different celebrations, I am the same. Um, as the sister said, which I totally agree with, truth and falsehood strangely mixed. So I remember us having, well, not us, but I had a conversation. I think we may have had a conversation in Sunday school or whatever the meeting was, and we were talking about how you can be at the temple at times and your lower self may show up.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
it's not to listen, your lower self is not going to be on pause when you're around other Moorish Americans or when you are at work or at when you are, dealing with business in public. Like it shows up. Um,
Mhm.
but praise Allah for that higher self showing up as well. And knowing the difference of how you can change the vibration of how things are going. Um,
Mhm.
I am a sister that wears many, many turbans, and sometimes things can be a little bit overwhelming. Um, and when those things become overwhelming, I have to still my thoughts. That moment of peace, I have to say, okay, you got to just pause for a moment and figure out what it is that you're trying to do. Because sometimes I know for myself, sometimes I overthink things. I try to do one too many things, and then I'm upset at myself because all those different things didn't get done. And it's like, well, you tried to do all that. You was
Yeah.
doing too much, and you knew you was doing too much. But I know I'm a person that tries to make everyone around me comfortable, so I try to, make sure the children are okay. My husband is okay. My mom is okay. Um, just whoever is around me. And sometimes you gotta make sure you okay. Are you okay?
Yes.
Because you can't help everybody else if you're not helping yourself. You can't sit here and stress yourself out if that's gonna do damage to you. So take it one step at a time. I am a person who is definitely sincere. Um, and I had to learn how to be sincere without being harsh or rash.
Yeah.
Because I used to think, well, I'm just telling the truth. So
And truth. Yeah.
this is just going to come out however it's going to come out. And I know I had to soften that a little bit
Yeah.
because people are not going to understand your truth or how you are bringing the truth out if you serving it on a trash can lid. Like people are not going to
Yeah.
accept it. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to be a little bit softer, a little bit more delicate when we're dealing with other people's feelings.
Yes.
Because in reality, yes, we all want to be liked, we all want to be valued and respected, but we have to be willing to give that honor and that respect to others as well. So for me, it's just a matter of treating others how I would want to be treated and making sure that I'm living according to my lessons, um, trying to be the best person I can be. And truthfully speaking, I am not above being the person that you might see my lower self in the form of an attitude, or I might not feel like doing something at that moment. Or I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I show up to holy day and my children didn't work my nerves on that low 45-hour minute ride. I'd be like, oh, please. And at times it's just like, don't give it to everybody else because everybody else ain't do it. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And in reality, you can't really be mad at your children because those are your children.
That's your
You know what I'm
children.
saying? So knowing that in addition to all that, we are creators and we make our own, we have to create that peaceful environment. We have to, and praise Allah for knowing that when I do get in those moments, at times when I'm driving and they a little bit rowdy, I turn the music on, turn it up loud, and I be singing my heart out on the way to my holy day meeting because I be like, I can't wait to get there. But praise the Lord, knowing your triggers, knowing what makes you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
consistently working on self. And
Yes.
listen, Sister T Hopkins Bay, what you see is what you get. I am the same. Home, at temple, at work, I am the same all day, every day. With that, I say peace.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Peace, peace. Well, I think it's a wonderful topic because you know, it makes the prophet says if I can get you to think you can save yourself. And he says when you know your lowest self, you know the illusions of the world. And when the sister brought up that we are truth and falsehood strangely mixed, it made me think, sometimes we be carrying the illusions of the world in us. I know I do.
Mhm.
At the end of the chapter, when I first heard that question, I was like, well, let's go to the end of the chapter. Who is she? I'm probably a little bit more of it. Actually, when I'm by myself than I'm with. When I'm with people, I feel a sense of responsibility to bring my higher self.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean that lower self don't show up. Particularly
Right.
with family, they get it. But when you're totally by yourself, I think for me, when you think about inconstancy, being
Mm-hmm.
inconsistent, weakness,
That's right.
the misery, the insufficiency of knowledge, all those chapters rolled up. I think, look, for me, to say Reverend Obey, that
Mhm.
comes out even more because I'm thinking about sometimes my thoughts, my lowest self thought will start going, because I don't have
Mhm.
a person maybe I'm interacting with where I feel like I need to step into a certain way. But I'll get to, if there's a problem happening, I can take it down a path that it probably wasn't even meant to be because I'm by myself thinking about that thought and what it could be, trying to figure out how not to make it, it could potentially be worse than what it really is. Then I gotta remember, okay, wait, let me go to my chapter, let me go to my Quran and figure out how to like get this off of me. So for
Mhm.
me, honestly, it can mean that I have to work on myself even more because it's I'm thinking about those things or those other things, those thoughts can come to you. I don't necessarily need anybody else to give me the thought. Sometimes the thought just comes directly to me. You can't do this, or well, why can't I do this? Who said I couldn't do that? That was a thought. And then I can go through this moment where I'm thinking about it. So sometimes I have to put myself back because the prophet said, he didn't give you he gave you everything you could throw off of you, yeah, a mixture of evil and good. So he gave you what you needed so that you can go in the place you need to be. So that's what I can say to the answer, sister. Sometimes I got to make sure that I put myself back in check of who Allah made me to be and what I need to do. Peace.
Praise God. I, I can say I'm the same everywhere, which is not a good thing all the time, because who I am inside of here by myself, I'm the same way outside, which is why I try to pretend that certain people are with me sometimes, or certain people can see me, because even though I know Allah can see me, and I don't think he's just look the other way at my wrongdoings. I know he can see me, but for me, sometimes I needed to vision an actual human who I respect, right? Who would
Mhm.
give me a loving and nurturing pull up if they saw me behave in a certain way, right? Um, and I'm a comedian when no one's looking. I'm happy. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm curious. Um, confused. I'm in grief, and that was one of the things I think that I'm more of when no one's looking than when someone's looking. Because I grieve out of the blue, right? It just happens. I could be thinking of a happy memory and just start crying, but if when inside is when I think excuse me, I know that I experience the grief the most. But I'm listen. The lower self will show up at any place, the temple, your work, at your
Hmm.
friend's house, anywhere. And listen, I know that Sister Great Ill got a lot of work to do on herself. I know. But Sister Great Ill is working really hard on a lot of different areas of herself, right? And listen, I don't mind nobody approaching me and pulling me up about my attire if you coming in love. But please come with a gift card too. Yeah, because it is what it is. So that's enough out of me.
Praise Allah. You know, when the question came up, I also thought about, for me personally, am I the life that I'm living, is it pleasing to Allah?
Into a lie.
Is it pleasing to my ancestors, my grandfather, my grandmother, those that who have gone and moved on from this earthly plane? Am I doing what I was raised to do? Am I being how I was raised to be?
That's right.
And praise Allah for growth and unfoldment, knowing that I am consistently working on me to make them proud, but also ultimately to please Allah. I think that's the biggest thing, because it's like, Allah sees all.
That's right.
So those thoughts that you have, those things that you do when you think nobody saw you, it would be in your best interest to try to raise those up at all times.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. Oh, let me just say that with all of my mess, I'm asking Allah behind all of it for forgiveness.
Right.
Oh,
With a sincere heart.
yeah.
Especially if I've escaped myself. Now, if I know I've done something deliberate, I don't ask forgiveness for that, but I don't move that way, right? But if I've escaped myself, right, I'm coming right behind that when I catch myself, and I'm asking for forgiveness for all of it. I know what's right, even when I'm not doing it, right? So I just ask Allah to work with me, and but I'm doing, that's what we about. We about putting more good on the credit side of life. Ain't nobody got time to stay over here where it's nothing but pain and misery and drama and nonsense. No, we getting better. This a get better. This a get better movement.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. That's why consistency is so important in our practice, because today we practice more of our higher self than we do our lower self. Because I know when we look back, when we all reflect, that lower self was running things. So praise Allah that today, our walk is a lot different. Yeah, we are truth and falsehood strangely mixed, but it's getting weaker and weaker the more consistent we are in our practice and our studies. Praise Allah.
Praise God. And it's not even in the way we talk, right? It's not in that. I think my footsteps and life itself speaks for itself, right? Where we all on the way. Praise Allah.
Yeah, I was thinking that, this movement is about humility as well. You have to be humble enough to know that you are that truth and falsehood strangely mixed, and be willing to work on yourself. Because a lot of times when vanity is on board, you can't see yourself. You don't think you have anything to change. You don't think you have anything to work on. It's like, I'm good. Like, this is who I am. And it's like, nah, you got a lot that you got to work on for you. At the end of the day, it's for you. If our ultimate goal is, to get back at one with our Father God Allah, we got some stuff to work on, because we got to clean up.
Yeah.
We got to clean up.
And in our chapter in religion, we are not for our temple. It says, the thoughts of thy heart are naked to his view. So no matter what you do or what you say, he knows about your heart, so he knows it's there for him. And it says he knoweth thy determination before they are made. Yeah. And just by knowing that, you have to start to focus on, okay, what do I need to do in my higher self? Even if you don't do it or act it, the thought is worse. So, this whole movement is about changing our thoughts, so that even thinking it or doing it. But we got to realize you got lower self in you. And that is important, because, the lower self, it starts with a thought, or a suggestion. It's a suggestion. You don't like that. You don't like, why she do that? She just got on your nerves. All those suggestions start coming up, and then you could be feeding into it. You mentioned children. I was like, yeah. And sometimes I have to catch myself. I'm like, they don't know no better. They don't know no better
Mhm.
right now in this moment. That's one thing when you do know the better. And I'm like, what? Did you forget? I have to say, you
Mhm.
must have forgot. So that
Mhm.
so I don't escape myself before I go into that mode. So, we
Yes.
gotta, it happens.
One
Mercy.
of the things I've gotten better with, I think, in the last year or so is patience. Oh, I used to couldn't stand silly stuff, and it would disturb me real bad, real fast. But I have to be patient with people. You say you
Mhm.
care
Mm,
about somebody, you love somebody, and even if you don't know them, be patient because you want somebody to be patient with you. Because
Yeah.
I'm not always right on, spot
Right.
on.
Mhm. Right.
Especially if I'm in pain or something. You think when my honey called me and tell me he ready, you think I come out right away? He be
mhm.
at the step waiting for me. I be in here still trying to get out the door because it's pain. So I want people to be patient with me, like you know, others deserve to have be patient with.
Can I just say on that, sister? I had a thought recently about why it's important that we have our children or family. Because when you love somebody, your patience level is really high. You can tolerate certain things, but when you
Mhm.
don't know that person, at least for me, patience it can get short,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
when the prophet said he's trying to teach us to love instead of hate, I have to remember that part of love is being patient. And even if
Yes.
I don't know you, that by me giving you patience is a signal of love. But I just had that thought not too long ago because I was, some other people, I was like, I ain't got to deal with that. I ain't got patience. I'm like, actually, if I'm trying to be a loving individual, I have to have some patience. Now, to a
Mhm.
degree, but I can let my child annoy me forever and hours because I love him dearly,
Mhm.
and that love that we are honored. I'm gonna just talk from the mother perspective. We can love our children and they do a whole lot. And we've seen other mothers, including my mother, other mothers, I'm like, you forget he did all of that and you still rocking with him? Yeah, that's your baby. That's love and a whole nother love. And I'm thinking, and Allah loves us more than that. Love
Sis.
Mm.
divine.
Mhm.
That's so
And
deep.
he
That
let
part.
us do that. So how can I not try a little bit more love and patience with somebody that maybe is not in my blood or in that same line with me? But Allah loves us.
Mhm.
Mm.
So I don't know.
Praise Allah,
Mm.
sis. That was a lesson for me. So praise Allah, how honest. Because sometimes I don't want to speak on the people, but I just be like, he did all that and you still doing this? Oh, okay. But praise Allah, that's truth. That's truth speaking. That is truth. So praise Allah for that lesson because I needed that.
I just learned a few weeks ago. Just
Praise Allah. All right. Let's see. All right. So, what part of your character are you most proud of, or want to improve on, or have gotten rid of? Let me know if you need me to repeat it. Yes.
yeah, go ahead. Do that one more time.
What part of your character are you most proud of, want to improve on, or have gotten rid of? And I can start. So I
Uh,
would say I am most proud of the part of my character that I'm most proud of is my ability to be kind to people and giving to people. Um, like the hospitality. Like I've always been really keen on, when people come to visit, making sure that they're okay, making sure that if we've had to open up our home to people, we have. Just making sure that when they come from different states or whatever the case may be, if we know them, definitely making sure that we make ourselves available. Also, the sincerity aspect, because for me, I never really liked not telling truths when I was younger. And I had to learn that the truth is going to set you free. So always be honest, even if it is against yourself. And praise Allah for, learning that lesson. Um, Something that I would like to improve on, I would definitely say patience. For patience for people and the absurd things that they do. And what I would like to get rid of, I would definitely say is um, my anger, because at times I can go from 0 to 100 real quick, and it's always with the people that are like closest to me. Because I feel like they should know better, but in reality, they don't know better because if they did, they 9 times out of 10 wouldn't do it. So that comes in with the patience and all that type of stuff. So those are the things that I work on with dealing with my character, and that's what I'm proud of. I want to work on, and I have gotten rid of. Praise Allah.
Islam. Um, Part of my character I'm most proud of is the fact that I just want to be a better person, a better me. Um, that I have the courage to look at me, even when I'm wrong against people. Um, I have the courage to say I'm wrong or make amends. Like right there, it doesn't matter how many people are watching or hear it that witness me making the wrong, but correcting it at the same time. Um, I like that part about me. I do. Because there are a lot of people in this world that they think they're okay. And they all right with being that way. But I love the fact that I really strive to be a better person. The part that I want to improve is I don't know, I guess not always being on the defense. I don't know if I'm still on yeah, I guess just being on the defense about things. And the part that I want to get rid of is nothing. And I say that because in order for me to get back to Allah, it says man is perfected by the things he suffers. And that's the only way I can get there. That's the only way I can be right. So if this what it takes, I got to go through it anyway. I got to pass through all the ways. So if that's what it takes, then I don't want to change nothing because I want to get right. Peace.
Peace.
It's uh could you repeat the question? Oh, I see it. What part of the character would you are you most proud of? My honesty. I'm proud that I'm honest, even like you said, even when it's against me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even when like when I'm in traffic and I think another person made an error, then I realize it was me. They can't even hear me. I'd be like, my bad, sis, that was my fault. You know. I just think it's just freeing to be honest. You know. What do I need to improve? Patience. I need to improve my patience. Uh, yeah, I've gotten better, but I want to improve that. I want to improve it. I think I could do better. And what I would like to get rid of, I don't even know how to characterize it, but my potty mouth. I would like to be done with that, and I've been working on it. So yeah, peace.
Praise Allah.
Thanks. This was a good question because it really made you think. Because I can go through a list of things. I need to work on this. I need to work on this. And even the word proud, I took a moment. I was like, I don't know if I'm proud about it. That word, something about it, just made me like, because I feel like I can always get better at it. But a place where I feel like it's a strength that I will do is I will do my best to be that. I'm going to use this word, but I think about self-sacrificing for the good of others or for the other. I feel like that's part of my purpose is to be able to do things for others, to be able to do it for my children or my family or for whatever it is. I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do, and I know that's some place where I lean in. To the same point, that's why I said it's a part where I feel like I do a lot of, or I lean towards that. Sometimes I forget that I'm a part of Allah's creation, so I need to improve on that. And I will, and have made decisions that were not in my best interest, but for others and for other people and for other situations. And I will say that I think it became clearer to me actually when I was with you all sisters. And I was like amazed of some of the boundaries that y'all were doing. And I was like, I wouldn't even think of that. And I had to go in, I have to go within. I was like, well, is that wrong? Is that not wrong? Should I not feel this? Should I not feel that way about it? And it took me a minute to realize that, that someone said broken blades. Everybody's Allah's creation. So even though if I feel as if I'm a vehicle for what he needs, I'm still a part of his creation. And so, so that's something I have to work on, which is making time for myself or not putting myself last, which is very hard, particularly the way I was raised. That's just what you do. And then as a woman, I think society can put you even more. And then I'm like, why am I running around doing all this? And I look broken down and feeling broken down. And I'm like, oh, it's because you had a choice, actually. So what is your choice in this? And it's okay to say no, because guess what? Some people are actually saying no, and they're okay. They can do both. You can do both. So finding that balance has been something I've been always working on, improving on. And I would say the thing that I'm always working on is that constancy, because there's that battle within of like, okay, I got to be consistent about doing this thing or finding the right balance of when to do it. Sometimes, I'm the friend that comes in the clutch. They're like, hey, let's hang out, let's do this. Here's an Instagram post, whatever. I might not respond. I'm not good at that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not good at that. But somebody had an accident, or I had a friend just last week hurt herself, fell. I'm all in, right? And then that's where I feel like it's my place where it's a part of me that I need to be there for that person. But being consistent, showing up more consistently is something that I want to get better at for myself and for others. So I haven't gotten rid of it, but I want to get rid of that.
Working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Working on it.
Absolutely. It's a lot.
Well, so one thing I can say, praise Allah that you've come to realize that boundaries are important and me time is important. It really is. You gotta just decompress and get you so you can get them.
Yeah,
I gotta get me so I can get you. And it wasn't like that all the time. It was get you, get them. Then if I got a little time, I'll get me. Maybe. We'll see.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Well, someone just said something recently, or I read something. It was about teenagers. I have 2 teenagers. They can press a button, but they also want their independence. And it was something like I read, like they're teaching you that they're going to be okay with mistakes, and they're teaching you that you don't need to be there for all of those things. Like, I got this, Ma. And I might make a mistake.
It's scary.
But I don't need you to be there. Yeah, that's hard, to think that you're going to be all the way there. But hey, I did it. I was okay,
Yeah.
And so that whole process of they don't need you the same way. I was worried about dinner the other day. They figured it out. My son figured out how to make fried rice. I said, "Oh, really? You can make this? Oh, you got a dinner day now." But I'm thinking that I need to be there. I thought so. Learning that is a process. It's such a process.
Yeah. Praise Allah for chairman of Temple 71, Brother Arkanar Bey. He told me many years ago, when my daughter was still in high school, she was going through, and he said, "Sis, we gotta allow our children their own experiences, and it's hard
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
to allow our babies, our children, the people who come from us, to allow them. What we want to do, what I want to do is help, cut into the experience that I've already had, so they won't have it. But we
Mm-hmm.
can't deny them that, you
No.
know,
That's right.
the praise Allah.
That's right.
I listen. I was trying to get her to. My husband's like, if she can't figure out how to wake up and get herself up, why you on there running there trying to make sure she on top of her job? She getting paid, and then when you ask her for gas money, she looks at you like you crazy. And I'm like, she sure did. So I told her, I think I'm gonna have to take a cut. She's like, what? I said, if it don't work on my schedule, I think I'm gonna take a cut for that. What's $10? What's $10 a week? But she was real quick on defending what she needed. I was like, oh, I am really learning something about these teenagers right now. They are really teaching me about what they need and what I need. So, yes.
I call it entitlement, because I have one who will always be like, well, I need to go here and I need to get this and I need to get that. And I'm like, so what do you want us to do? Like, what do you, so we're supposed to not go to work so we can make sure that you have a ride back and forth from school because you don't want to take the bus and you want to go do all these other things. So we're not supposed to go to work because you want us to take you everywhere? What?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
We didn't even get to asking for gas because we know they're not going to do that. But just the audacity that y'all think that we are not supposed to work because we're supposed to take you everywhere you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Praise Allah.
My name ain't even Mommy no more. It's Mommy, let me have some money.
Oh, stop it.
Seriously. All the time, I'd be like, here we go. I told her once Bug came, birthdays and holidays. Bug, it's all about Bug now. Y'all don't even understand. Wait till that part come. Well, Sister Ribbey, you there now?
Yeah, I am.
Praise Allah.
Praise Allah. How well do you take pull-ups?
How well do we
Say that
take?
again.
How well are you with taking pull-ups?
What's
You
the
gotta say
pull-up?
that one more time. Yeah.
I guess
So like somebody is coming to you with the concern that they may think you need to work on something or something going on with you, and they telling you about it. How do you handle it? How do you feel about it? How do you respond to it?
Praise Allah. I had to teach myself how to accept that. Because I didn't know, there was a time when I didn't know if it was coming from a judgmental place, but I felt like I will take it and I will use it for what I know it's the good part, if you will, because Allah speaks to me and through me. So and then others see the most plain. So therefore, you may see something in me or something that I do or whatever the case may be that I don't necessarily see in myself, and I have to take because once again, it may not be what you say; it might be how you deliver it. So I have to take it with, okay, so this is for me to better me. So let me take the good part that I felt out of it. Let me take the message, not necessarily how the messenger sent the message. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's more so of, yeah, you know what? Come to think of it, I might need to work on that. I might need to work on that. You know what I'm saying?
But
and so trying to not be that straight to the defense, like Sister Britt Baby was talking about, like, who are you talking to? Why? I didn't even ask you. Because I'm gonna be honest, I used to be that way. I used to be like, I didn't ask you for your opinion, so I don't really see what the point is. But learning lessons and growing and unfolding and understanding, praise Allah, growing and unfolding and understanding that man speaks to man through, through a lie. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I know I just messed that part up, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Yes.
And knowing that we all have a higher self and a lower self, and focusing on the message instead of who brought the message, getting the essence of it. So praise Allah.
Mhm.
And hopefully we can, because like you said, if you bring me something and it's on the lid of a garbage can, I don't want it.
Right.
But so when that happens to me, when I'm not sure, for me, if I'm not sure, when you come to me, I gotta ask myself, did it come from a place of love or something else? And if I feel it don't come from a place of love, I have to ask myself, why did that person approach me in that way? Like, I first start with what have I done to make
Yep.
them want to be that way with me
Yep.
first? Then after I examine, I haven't done anything, then I know it's not me. But still, well, maybe let's take a look at it. And if I know it's not mine to carry, I leave it right there.
Right.
Mm.
Praise Allah. Yeah, delivery is everything. And a lot of times, well, sometimes I have to check the state of mind that I'm in too, because a lot of times a person can come from love, but depending on where I am in my head, or in my emotions,
There you go.
I may take it the wrong way. But then too, you have some people that their delivery is just not good. You got some people they strictly out to cut and ain't even thinking about stitching you up. See, I don't have a problem with you pulling me up, because one thing's for certain, true cuts, whether it's in love, whether it's said mean, it cuts. It because it's the truth, and it's uncomfortable because it's something we're not used to. But it helps if the person that's doing the cutting can stitch me up. You know what I'm saying? Come back with maybe a solution to what you're sharing with me, or
Yeah.
something. You understand what I'm saying? When I saw this question, it took me to, what's the chapter 43, instruction 25, where it says, "He that hears his own faults with patience shall reprove another with boldness. He that gives a denial with reason shall suffer a repulse with moderation. If thou art suspected, answer with freedom. Whom should suspicion affright except the guilty?" And sometimes, like I said, it's hard to receive the truth. And I'm learning to take a look at what I'm being pulled up about. Because I'll jump on the defense quick, and it could be true, and could have been said all in love. And let me finish that. 28 says, "The tender of heart is turned from his purpose by supplications. The proud is rendered by obstinate by entreaty, is rendered more obstinate by entreaty." I'm sorry. "The sense of thine insufficience commandeth thee to hear, but to be just, thou must hear without thy passions." So that's why I always gotta check and see where I'm at too, with that pulling up. But praise Allah, everybody don't know how to do it and still may mean well. So
Right.
I've also been taught too, if it's the truth, don't get so hung up on how it was delivered. If it's the truth,
If
take the
it's the
truth.
truth, yeah.
If
Right.
it's the truth, take the truth.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
I think it also depends on the relationships between people too.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
if you're a random person that I know you don't really necessarily
It's a
vibe with
problem.
me, but you just like, oh, you need to work on this, that, and the third, and it's like,
It's a problem.
you don't know how should I take this? Like it may be truth, but it may just be because you a hater. And we have to be honest with ourselves. Our lower selves are haters at times. We just got to be real. And each and every one of us got a little bit of that lower self within us, and that hating. And we got to make sure that we're not doing that, because the prophet, listen, if we wasn't haters, the prophet wouldn't keep telling us we have to learn to love instead of hate. That is something that we dealing with. We have to be honest about that.
Yeah. Yeah. We also
I
got to
listen.
be.
I take everything that our prophets tells us, man, and I'm stern on the prophet. Listen, if the prophet said it, it means something to me.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's
Mhm.
right.
That's
So
Yeah.
if I
right,
had to
sister.
learn to love instead of hate, that means we got a lot of hating going on, and we got to work on it.
Mhm.
Yes.
We got to work on it.
Mhm.
So it depends
Yeah.
on who it's coming from. It depends on how it was served up, and like y'all said, it may be truth, but where was my state of mind? Because sometimes you already broken down within yourself. You
Hmm.
don't need somebody at that present moment to come and break you down anymore.
Exactly.
So how you come and
Yeah.
approach me and say something to me,
It is
we gotta do better. It gotta be in love. It has to be
Hmm.
in love
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
order for me to grab it at that moment. And there are times when you may not know whether or not your brother or sister is at their lowest point. But
Hmm.
that's why we should always be working in our higher selves anyway.
Praise
That's
Allah.
When
right.
you go to
Yeah.
tell somebody something like that about themselves, make sure you're in your higher self.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's it.
That's right.
When that question came, it made me think about our chapter unity, because, let me read from the chapter before I say my thought. But in the chapter unity says, "Hath he endowed thee with wisdom? Hath he enlightened thy mind with the knowledge of truth? Communicated to the ignorant for their instruction, communicated to the wise for thine own improvement." And then it goes down below and it says, "The wise man feeleth his imperfections and is humbled." And I'd say that because we talk about growth. I had to remember when I read these chapters that I'm aspiring to be that wise man. So I'm going to hear some stuff that is going to be for my own improvement, and I have to be ready for it. And I already, to the sister kind of mentioned it, I know generally my improvements. So there might be obviously things that I don't see, but generally I feel a lot of things that I need to get working on because I'm trying to do my best. But I had to separate the message from the messenger, because sometimes the message got lost. Not that it wasn't right, because of the messenger, who delivered it and how you delivered it. And so I have to sometimes remember, because see, people, generally, people, "Oh, you're so peaceful." So people feel like sometimes they can just say whatever you want. I don't come off, my demeanor sometimes doesn't come where people will think before they speak. They're like, "Oh, you can tell," and then I have to say, "No, that I have to grow." I'm like, "No, thank you for that," or I have to put that wall up and let you know, "Okay, I hear you, sis. Let me think about that." That's why I learned. Let me think about that. That's a thought, particularly when it comes to me in a different way, because the prophet always says you're supposed to speak with discretion.
That's right.
So when I hear that lesson, when you talk about what the prophet says, even if I have a thought about what I think somebody should improve on, I have to have discretion. I just can't go out my way to say, yes, I'm gonna pick up Sister Burbank. Yeah, Sister Burbank need to work on that. She shouldn't have been dressed that way, whatever the thing is. Maybe that's because if I'm trying to work on these lessons, I should be thinking about, maybe the sister already know what she need to do. Or maybe I need to think about it or feel her energy before I come to her. Sometimes you can't say everything that come out your brain to your mouth. Sometimes you gotta wait a minute. Maybe I need to wait a moment. So to me, everything, when the prophet said communicate to me does not mean that you need to open your mouth. Communicate means you find a way to tell that person, and it doesn't mean always by using your tongue. You can use it by a gift. You can use it by having a moment of prayer with that person. You can do a lot of different things, but it doesn't mean that you just can say whatever you want to say to me, because that's not loving. That's not loving. Truth, love is our first principle. We're supposed to deliver truth with some love, and you have to think about how you want to receive it and use discretion. So that's my thought. When you mentioned, I was like, because they're like, "You need really?" Oh, and I have to think, okay, that's a beautiful thought for you. Okay. And then I got to take a moment, because I don't want to say no more. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I have to sit back and think about it. Maybe there was some truth to it. Maybe there wasn't, but I want you to understand there's a way you should say that. And we all know that our mothers and fathers and people that love us have had to say things tough to us, but we knew it came from love. You know what I mean? But we also know there's sometimes where they didn't say anything because they knew that we didn't need to know that right then and there.
Right.
So, to me, that's the mark of how I should treat somebody else. Maybe you don't need to know that right now. You
Yeah,
going through it.
sometimes we just need to demonstrate being the message that we bring.
That's
That's
You ain't
right.
right.
always got to say nothing. Just be the
You ain't
message.
gotta say nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes when someone coming from a place that's not of love, I don't have a problem with just turning around and walking away. That's what the prophet told me to do anyway. You know, that's well, he said do that if somebody tries to assault you, but still, that's an assault.
I
If
agree.
you
It is.
coming to me from a place of from your lower self, I feel insulted and assaulted in a way, for real, for real.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just turn
But you,
around and go the other way.
Did you
when
say
Jesus dropped
unsalted?
his, when Jesus,
Mhm.
I heard that.
Did you say unsalted?
No, I
When
said insulted and
and,
assaulted. I feel assaulted.
Unsalted, right.
Right.
Yeah,
mhm. But
absolutely.
when Jesus said what he needed to say, his piece,
I
he
was
didn't
verbally
tarry.
assaulted.
He didn't
Mm.
tarry. He said what he. That's a wonderful peace, and I walked the other way because I don't need to stand there and
Yeah,
hear anymore what you
exactly.
giving to me. Because what you giving to me is not helpful for me right now. That
Right.
it
Yeah,
could be your opinion.
yeah.
I'll take it. I'll think about it, and that's when my lower self may go in and start to doubt or question and all that stuff. But I don't.
Mm.
I don't need to give you that of me. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Wow. Praise the Lord.
Yeah,
My
some
line
stuff
is
don't
praise the
need
Lord for you.
energy.
Say it again,
Some
Sister
stuff don't
Ray.
need. I said some stuff doesn't need our energy.
Right.
That's right.
It took me a minute to get that. You know,
Yes.
when you start to, I got into it with a male neighbor of mine recently, right? Because it's just a lot of riffraff over my head at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. It wakes me up loud, and I'm physically shaking because I'm startled out of my sleep, right? And listen, you have to just, I'm gonna just pass. I'm gonna pass. Peace.
Oh.
Mm.
Praise the Lord.
Well, we got 3 minutes, sisters. Wow. We got some closing thoughts before we wrap it up. I just looked at the time. I'm not doing my job. I'm like, what time is it? Oh, it's
Yeah,
four.
that went
It's time.
fast.
You
It
Yeah.
have
did.
another question we can get in real quick?
Let's get
No,
it in. Go ahead. Go for it.
I don't have one.
I got
Praise the Lord.
when
I mean, I put my two on the floor.
yeah. Oh, so when meeting someone new, are you able to be yourself? And I'm
Absolutely.
Say
okay.
that again, sister.
When
Rebecca.
meeting someone new, are you able to be yourself?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I want them to give me, I'm gonna give them me so they can give me them. I'm gonna give them the real me so they, you know, it's like going to see a therapist, right? If you tell them only part of the issue, they only gonna give you part of the help, right? So if you only introduce part of yourself, you're only gonna get part of the other person back, probably. So,
Mm. Praise the Lord.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm with you, sis. Yeah, no, I agree with you. You try, prophets say we're supposed to get the best in others as we hope that they get the best in us too. You get what it is at this point. Maybe when I was in my 20s, you'd have got different, trying for me to make sure that you felt comfortable. But at this point, this is who it is. And so we on the journey together to get better. Or that's the only journey I'm looking for a partner in crime. This is a journey to our Father God
That's
Allah.
right, sister.
Praise
And
the
you
Yeah.
need to be surrounded with people that are going to help you on your journey. And if you're not helping me on my journey, well, then, I don't, I need to keep people that are trying to vibrate with love and truth, all our principles. And that's what I need.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm praying that I get when I meet somebody.
Yep.
Right.
Any other last thoughts?
No.
It was a joy to be here with you all tonight. Y'all look so
Yes.
Yeah.
beautiful as usual.
Well,
Yes.
let's
Y'all
go
do it for
ahead and
me. Y'all need to know that. Y'all do it for me.
Praise the Lord. You do it for us. Praise the Lord.
you
We
know,
reflections of each other.
Praise
This
God.
that's
is
right.
this is Islam. Praise Allah.
Well, and it makes a better sense right now to say we're gonna give you an early happy birthday because on
Yes.
this Friday,
Mhm.
our sister Ingrid is going to be celebrating a beautiful birthday. So happy
Yeah.
early birthday,
Happy
sister!
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We all have so many things that are going on in our nation. So I'm going to go through them and let y'all all know there is every opportunity to participate in this great movement. I don't care where you are. We got in Temple number 65 in Kansas City, Kansas. They're going to have their annual family fun day on Saturday, June 15th. That's this Saturday. The Grand Sheik is Brother J. Fielder Bay. We've got on July 4th and 6th, our Moorish National Home number 1 in Virginia is having their family day and camp out event. On July 20th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Sister T. Hopkins Bay going to be representing. Moorish American Independence Day, Authority Day will be happening there. We have in Detroit, Michigan, Temple number 25 on July 27th to 28th. They're going to be having their Unity Weekend with the Grand Sheik, Brother Seafood Bay. August 11th, we have Family Day in Glassboro, New Jersey, Temple number 28. And if you just need to get uplifted, if you're following our Facebook page, you'll see that Temple number 75 is holding a Zoom at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. And Temple number 78, Baltimore, Maryland, is doing it at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. They have an evening prayer. Of course, on Friday, after you've given Sister Griel some love, this Friday, you can go to Holy Day meeting service, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday schools at 2 p.m. And next Wednesday is Sakara Sacred Healing. Their new season will open up on June 19th. So please join us. And then, of course, in 2 weeks, we're going to be back. So we have a lot for everybody to be a part of. So continue to be here and be with us on this journey. If you want some uplifting and inspirational people to be around, more Signs of America. Here we are. With that, we're going to say thank you all and peace.
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 Girl talk. Real talk.
Welcome back to Girl Talk, Real Talk, Moorish Talk.
We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking, real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking, Moorish talk, real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking, real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking, Moorish talk, real talk. Real talk. Hell, I want us to talk about it. At least that we can shout about it. We're building our foundation upon truth. I'm thankful now to think about it. Communicate and speak about it. The gospel of salvation is good news. We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking, real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking, Moorish talk, real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking, real talk. Real talk. We're building when our Moors are talking, Moorish talk, real talk. Real talk. We're building when the girls are talking, Moorish talking,
Real Talk, Moorish Talk. In 2 weeks on Monday at 7 p.m.
We thank you all for being a part of this show and experience with us, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.